Hey everyone, do you love playing rock, paper, scissors? How about coding your own game in Python? Check out this cool rock, paper, scissors game we'll be building today. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to stay updated with our latest coding tutorials and projects. Today we'll be building this exciting rock, paper, scissors game using Python. Perfect for beginners. Throughout this video, we'll cover important Python concepts such as variables, lists, user input, conditional statements, loops, and importing libraries. We'll be using a practice notebook to learn each concept step by step before applying them to our main project. Hands-on files will be available on GitHub, and then you can find the link in the description below. So grab your favorite code editor and let's get started on this fun project. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Before we dive into coding, let's introduce the files we'll be working with. The first file is practice.ipynb notebook, where we'll learn and practice each concept we'll be using in our project. Next, we have ASCII.art.py file, which contains all the ASCII art we'll use in our game, such as rock, paper, scissors, win, lose, and tie. Finally, we have main.py file where we will build our game. Next, we need to initialize some variables to keep track of scores and game status. Okay, so now we're going to switch to our practice notebook to learn about variables. Okay, and so here we have the variables. So variables are containers for storing data values, and there are different kind of variables. So in this case, this variable name contains a string. Okay, let's run it. In this case, the variable age stores 25, which is integer. And same variable can have different values, and every time you assign a new value, it will update it. And as you see, this time it is 26 instead of 25. Here 25 and here 26. And variables can store Boolean values as well, such as true or false. Okay, please keep in mind that variables must start with a letter or underscore, and they can only contain letters, numbers, and underscore. Okay, so it cannot contain any special characters, and variable names are case sensitive, and there shouldn't be any space between words in the variable. You need to connect them with underscore. Now let's go back to our main py. Now let's apply this in our project. Okay, and we're going to create 4 variables: computer score, user score, number of ties, and keep playing variables. The initial values will be 0 for this, and here Boolean value will be true. Next, we will set up a list of valid choices for the game: rock, paper, and scissors. So let's switch to our practice code to learn about lists. Okay, so here we are, and lists store multiple items in a single variable. As you can see here, we have fruits, and we have 3 elements in this list, and let's run it. Okay, and if we want to access to any element here, we need to just type the list name of the list, and inside of square bracket we need to write the index number. For example, index number 0 here, and then banana is 1. Please keep in mind that index start from 0 in list in Python. Okay, so when I run this cell, it will give me apple and banana. See, index 0 is apple, index 1 is banana. Now let's switch back to our project file and apply this valid choices variable, rock, paper, scissors. Now we're going to prompt user for their choice, whether it will be rock, paper, or scissors. Okay, so let's switch to our practice code. All right, so here we are going to use input function to get input from the user. All right, so here we have the input function and we assign a variable and we're going to output it. Okay, I'm going to type banana. As you see, we have the output. You entered banana. Sometimes, you want to make sure all the entry is lowercase, and you can add lower here. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing again. So this time I will write in uppercase banana. Okay, so the output will be still lowercase banana. All right, so let's apply this in our project. Now let's apply this in our project. We will go here, your choice. Let's convert it to lowercase. Your choice. Let's print it. Save it first and print it. Enter your choice, rock, paper, scissors. I'm going to type here rock. You choose rock. Let's run it again. This time I'm going to enter paper, but capital. You see it's still lowercase thanks to this lower function here. Next we are going to import ASCII art and display the user's choice. Okay, so if you remember, we have this ASCII art file here and we will learn how to import it there. But before doing that, we will learn how to use multi-strings for ASCII art. Okay, so let's scroll down here. Okay, okay, so remember here we have a single quote when you have just one line of code to print, but if you want to print multiple lines, okay, so we need to use triple quotes. As you see here, we have triple quotes. Then you can have as many lines as you want. For example, this is a multi-line print statement, pretty cool, right? I'm going to run this one and it will just work fine. So the key thing is this triple quotes. All right, so let's apply this in our project. Let's go to the top of the page where we're going to import our library from ASCII art. So the ASCII art is the name of the file where we have our ASCII art. From ASCII art, import. What are we going to import? So we're going to import these: rock, paper, scissors. These are the variables. I'm going to type rock, comma, paper, and scissors. All right, so let's test if it works. Okay, Let's scroll down here. All right, so here, if your choice rock, okay, let's run it. Save first. Okay, I'm going to type rock. Okay, see, here is the rock. Let's run it again. This time paper. See, paper. And let me try one more time. Scissors this time. So this is scissors. So everything's working perfectly fine. Next, to make the game more interesting, we will let computer choose randomly, okay? And we're going to use a random module for this purpose. Let's switch to practice code, okay? First of all, let's talk about library. A library in Python is a collection of pre-written code that you can perform to do common tasks, okay? And you don't have to write everything from scratch. You can use the libraries or modules written by other people. So in order to use those libraries, you need to import them first. In this case, we're importing a random library, okay? So let's say we have a list of items here, which I call it options. So what a random library does is that it randomly picks one of the item every time, okay? So let's give it a try. For example, I'm going to run this cell. Now this time it picked banana, okay? So we're using random.choice for it. Let me run it one more time. So this time it picked banana again. Let me run it again, but this time it is apple. So every time it picks a different one. Banana, banana again, apple, plum. So as you see, it picks randomly. Now let's switch back to our project to apply this. Let's go to the top of the page. Import random. Let's scroll down where we're going to write our computer choice. Random choice, and we will put here this valid choices, okay? So it will pick every time one of these rock, paper, scissors. Let's print it. Okay, let's save it. Okay, my choice will be rock, and computer choice is rock too. Let's run it one more time. My choice will be paper. Computer choice is paper too. Interesting. Rock. Oh, okay, finally it's different. Let me try one more time. Paper. Okay, so it's working. Now, just like we did here, and you see we have ASCII art here for your choice or user's choice. let's apply this for computer choice as well. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this and paste it here. Okay, and I'll just change this to computer choice. Let me just copy this and paste it here. So again, instead of telling us just the text, it's going to show us ASCII art. Okay, so all right, so let's save it. Control S or Command S in Mac. Let's run it. Okay, let me make it bigger a bit. I'm going to choose this time paper. Okay, I chose paper, computer chose rock, and I'm winner. Let's run one more time. And this time I chose rock. And it's a tie. So it's working and everything is good. Now that we are able to get user's choice and computer's random choice, it is time to determine the winner of the game using conditional statements. Okay, so let's switch to our practice notebook to learn about conditional statements. So conditional statements perform different actions based on different conditions. Let's take a look at this example. The number is 10 here. We're checking whether this number is greater than 5 or not. So in this case, the statement is true. It will give us this output. Otherwise, it wouldn't. Okay, so it's true and we have the output. We can also have if-else statement, more than one condition. In this case, again, we're checking whether the number is greater than 15. And if it was, it would give us this one. But in this case, it is not true. It will give us else output. Okay, so the number is not greater than 15. There are cases where we might need to use if, elif, and else. Okay, so in this case, again, first we're checking whether number is greater than 15. Okay, so if not, we're checking whether it is greater than 5. Okay, so this will give us the message that number is greater than 5, but not greater than 15. And final one, else statement is giving us that the number is less than 5. So yeah, the number is greater than 5 because it is 10 and less or equal to 15. And there are also logical operators, okay, which are and, or, and not. They help us in combining conditional statements. Sometimes we need to check more than one condition. For example, in this case, and the first if is checking whether the number is greater than 5 and less than 15. And this one is checking whether the number is smaller than 5 or greater than 8. Okay, and here it's checking whether number is not less than 5. Okay, and if we run this one, it will give us 3 different statements because all of them are if. It's not like if, elif, and else. So here it's checking every single statement, whereas in the previous ones, if this one works, it doesn't check the others. If this one works, it doesn't check else. But here it is checking every single one and it gives us output. For example, here and here it says that it's between 5 and 15 and either less than 5 or greater than 8. And in the last one, it is telling us that it is not less than 5. So let's apply this in our project. Now we're going to compare players and computer choices to determine the winner. Okay, so let me paste here the code snippet that I prepared earlier, and I will go over everything and I will explain what this code about. So first of all, we're going to compare your choice, meaning user's choice, against computer choice. If it's a tie, so what happens is that first of all, it will update the number of ties. Okay, remember we have these variables here, so it's going to update all these variables depending on the winner. First, it will update the number of ties. Secondly, both user and computer will get half point because it's a tie, and then we'll have a message, it's a tie. Okay, in second case, if your choice is rock and computer choice is scissors, okay, and or if your choice is paper and computer choice is rock, or if your choice is scissors and computer choice is paper, and you are the winner, you win the round, and your score will be +1. Otherwise, computer will win and the computer score will be +1, and then there'll be message computer won. Okay, so let's save it and test it. Okay, let's clear everything first. All right, so python main.py. Okay, I will enter rock. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's make it bigger. And you chose rock, and then computer choice is scissors. Okay, so the user is winner. In this case, I won the game. Let's run it one more time. And I'm going to enter scissors. And this time, yeah, scissors and computer choice is scissors too. It's a tie. Let's play one more time. And this time, paper. Okay, I won the game because computer choice is rock. So everything is working perfectly well, and let's continue. Now that we are able to determine who the winner is, the computer or the user, so we can keep track of the score of both user and computer with this code snippet here. So here this code snippet is taking the user score, and there will be a dash between them, and then there's computer score. So this is a divider that will be like 48 times equal. So it will be a nice divider. Let's run it. Okay, rock. Okay, as you can see now, it's a tie. So you 0.5 and computer 0.5. So let's run it again, paper. And the computer is winner, computer is 1, you 0. Okay, now let's add a loop to allow user to play multiple rounds until they decide to stop. Okay, so but first let's switch to our notebook to learn about loops. Okay, we'll be talking about two loops basically, for loop and while loop. Okay, we use for loop to iterate over a sequence. It can be a list, a tuple, dictionary, or string. So this loop is useful when you want to know exactly how many times you want to iterate over a collection of items. Okay, so in this case you will know that it's going to iterate 5 times because there are 5 items in this list. Okay, so we have numbers list here, and so we have here the list name, and this is temporary variable. It can be anything actually. So this will be basically iterating over each number in the list and print it, as you can see here. But when it comes to while loop, you use it to execute a block of code as long as the condition is true. So there's a condition here, and as long as it is true, it will execute this lines of codes. Otherwise, it will stop. Okay, so it is useful for repeating actions without knowing exact number of iterations in advance. Okay, so as I said, it's going to iterate as long as the condition is true. Okay, in order to understand for loops and while loops better, let's head over to Reeborg's world where there are a lot of puzzles. Okay, so we're going to get this robot here from here all the way here to goal, to target, using these functions, move and turn left. Okay, so I'm going to, right now I'm here, I will move here and then turn left and move here again. So I came here, I need to turn right here, but the problem is there is no turn right function. Okay, but I created one myself. So I create the turn right function, and turn right means turning left 3 times. So hopefully now when I type this one here, I'll be able to turn right. Okay, and move. All right, so let's see how it works so far. Turn left, right, move. Okay, it's working very well. So let's move, turn right again. And then we will go down, move, and turn left again. So when we do that, we'll be able to get here. And by doing so, we completed one iteration. So in order to get here, we need to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 iterations. Okay, so it's going to take a lot of space and time to do the same thing over and over again, but instead I'm going to leverage for loop for I in range 6. Okay, and remember, after for or while loop, we have to have indentation. Everything should be indented. Yes, otherwise it's not going to work. It can be this is temporary variable. You can make it anything you want. So let's see if it works. Yeah, it worked. So thanks to for loop, I just iterated. As long as you find a pattern, you can iterate it. So this is when for loop comes handy. But there are times for loops doesn't work. Okay, in this case also, let's try in hurdle 2. Again, we have same pattern. But the problem with this is that every time target changes. Okay, this time here, and then if I run it again, it will be a different time. So in order to use for loop, you need to know exactly how many iterations you need to do. And here when a while loop comes handy. Okay, so here we can use while loop, and then so here we have another function at goal. So at goal is actually the location of this flag. Okay, so here at goal is here, and so here at goal is here. So basically we can tell robot that, hey, while, as long as you're not at goal, repeat this one, but when you come to goal, stop doing it. Okay, while not at goal, and do this pattern, but once you come to goal, stop it. Okay, so let's try. Now the goal was here and it worked until there and it finished. Let's run it one more time, and now it's here. Yeah, done. So we can use while loop when we don't know exactly how many iterations we need to do, and it will run as long as this condition is true. When it is false, it will stop. And when we know exactly how many times we need to run, then we can use for loops. And now we can go back to our project and apply this knowledge we learned through this practice. Let's take a look at this example. Count is 0, while count is less than 5. Print count is count variable, and then increment by one. So it will run until it count hits 5. When count is 5, the statement will not be true anymore and it will stop running. So let's take a look at another example here. For example, let's say we're playing a game. So we have a variable keep playing and it is true, Boolean value. So when it is true, it's going to run this one. Okay, then this time we're going to ask user, do you want to continue? Yes or no? Okay, so if the user says yes, okay, it will continue, but anything other than yes will be false and it will stop running. Okay, so so now I'm going to say yes. Okay, and then I will keep saying yes and it will continue, but when I say no or any other thing, it will stop. Okay, so this is basically what we're going to do in our game. All right, so let's go back to our project. Next thing we're going to do is we will ensure that user enter valid choices. Okay, because here user can enter anything and it will be a problem. So we will give a warning if user enters something other than this. That's when while loop comes handy. While true, this will run. Okay, let's indent it. Otherwise, okay, and we will have this. If your choice invalid choices, break. Okay, exit the loop if choice is valid. Else, we will warn user, please enter rock, paper, scissors. Let's try it. I'm going to intentionally enter a wrong choice, Rick. Okay, so invalid choice, please enter rock, paper, scissors. And you see I have to enter it again. This time pepper. Again invalid, and it will continue until I enter correct one, paper. And now it's working. Now we're going to allow user to play another round of game. Okay, that will be a simple question whether user wants to play again or not. When the user type yes, the new round will start, and every time the score will be updated. And in order to do this, we'll be leveraging while loop. Okay, so let's head over to our code and apply it. So here on the top of the page here, just about while loop, I'm going to put this one here and I will explain in a moment. Remember in the beginning here, we have here keep playing true. This is true statement in the beginning. Okay, and now we will put everything here. By the way, we have some dividers. Okay, and there will be equal signs 48 times to divide, and every time there's a new round, this will display. So this while loop will be an inner loop. Let me scroll down all the way down until here. So all this part will be inside of this outer loop. I will simply hit tab. So you see there indented once. Okay, now here at the end of the page here, we will ask user here if the user wants to play or not. Okay, so here is the question to user. Okay, all right, do you want to play again, yes or no? If input is other than yes, it will be false and game will stop, and it will continue only if user type yes. Now let's test if it works, and hopefully we will not get any error. Let me make it a bit bigger. All right, so first of all, new round. I will intentionally make a mistake. Okay, Rick. Yes, it doesn't work. Now I will type correct one, rock. It's working very good. So I won this current round 1-0. Now it's asking me if I want to play again. Yes. A new round started. Okay, and I'm going to type paper. Now I lost it. You see the current score is 1-1. Okay, it's updating all the time. I will play one more time. Yes. Okay, and scissors, and I lost this time, and computer is winning. Okay, so let's say no. So everything worked perfectly. There is only very final touch we need to do. Because right now when I stopped it, it stopped, and I want to know overall score and whether I'm winner or loser. And we're going to leverage this ASCII file, where at the end we have win art, lose art, and tie art. Okay, so here at the end of the page, I'm going to paste this code. I'll explain everything. So here again we will have divider here, equal, and it will tell me my final score, computer's final score. If my score is greater than computer's score, I will have win art, and computer score is greater than mine, I will have lose art. Otherwise it will be a tie. You see, these are underlined because we haven't imported these three art yet. You see, on the top of the page, we imported only rock, paper, scissors. So here what we have win art, lose art, and tie art. Let me import them as well. Win art, lose art, and tie art. All right, let me save it, Control S. Okay, hopefully this time it's going to give me the final message based on the result of the game. Okay, let's run it one more time. Let me make it bigger. Okay, all right, rock 10, yes, paper 20, yes, scissors, okay, 2-1, no. Okay, I'm the winner. As you see here, we have win art. I won the game. Congratulations, it's working perfectly. And there you have it. You have built your very own rock, paper, scissors game in Python. I hope you had fun and learned a lot along the way. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any of our future coding tutorials and projects. Thanks for watching and happy coding.